I didn't say we're good morning, good welcome back. Am I live? I just ain't with it this morning, baby. What's today? Thursday.
Thursday all day.
Thursday all day? Thursday all day? All right, let's go for it. Alrighty, welcome back. We're on air, and I'm your man, Bad Chad, and we got Aiden in the bedroom today. It's always good when Aiden comes because I get more done. Today we're going to try to put, no, we're not going to try, we're going to frame up the dash. This car has got no dash in it. The dash was a piece of wood, and it has no wood in it. The dash is gone, and we're going to make it out of metal. So I asked Aiden this morning, I said, you ever make a dash before? And what was your answer?
No.
No, he's never made a dash before. I've made a few, and they're pretty easy. It's pretty basic, and if you follow along, you'll understand how to do it too. I just want to get in this bad boy. See how I poke my back on that?
You got a bit of distance, okay.
How you doing, everybody? Fit just like that. I'm sitting on the floor. I only got a little bit of room up top. That's fine. I'll put a little cushion underneath my ears, and then we should be good. But all the window areas is good. It's really good. So basically what I'm thinking is, as I'm in here, I have these pieces right here on the back of the roof. Don't know if they're right, don't know if they're wrong. I stuck them in there before we done anything. And the reason I stuck them in there like that, because when I put the piece up to the top of the roof, there's 1.5 inches along the top of the roof that I have in there. And I bring this down, tried to make it look straight, and it kind of made it a little wider at the bottom. And you can see how it's just hanging there. I don't want that just hanging there. We're going to make the doors a little bit wider now, and I'm going to show you how we're going to. So what we're going to do is this is what I got for a plan. We're going to take square stock and run it from here all the way up to the front of the cowl where the window section is, and we're going to do the exact same thing. Whatever we do on one side, we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. There's many different ways you can do it, that's for sure. There's many different ways, but what I'm thinking is we're going to make the door a little bit wider than we had it before. And I'm going to show you just slowly here so we both know. Aiden knows, and I know, and you know, and everybody knows. And that's what we do it for, so you know. So I've got this hanging out here a little bit, and it seems to be a bit wide, but I don't know, just kind of that shape right there, this wide shape here, to this skinny shape to the wide shape, that's where I went. But what I plan on doing is running some square stock from there to there. I want to make it level with the door because we're going to end up welding metal from the top of the door over to the square stock. This is not up where it wants to be right yet. I'm going to have to cut this off and bring this up some. But we're going to put metal, cover that in. They're going to leave the square stock there. We're going to frame this up so the piece of square stock come from the door over to this square stock. We'll have a piece of metal square stock from this part of the door over to this square stock. But I want to tack it all in place, and then I can start putting things in. Once I have this in, if you can picture it, the top of the door will go across like that. It's going to make the top of the door wider. It's going to fit this back piece. It's going to fit the front piece. And it'll also give me a place so I can put a window screen if I wanted to. So if I made a window, I could put a frame around it, stick it in there. I think I've seen a few English cars that do that. You just come up and plunk the window in, and then you shut the door. Basically, that'd be the only way I could make a window for this sort of thing because it's tilted back here so far. And it's whatever, but that's what I'm thinking. I'm just going with my brain, what it's telling me to do, and that's what I always do. So if Aiden will start up your welder there for a minute, Aiden's going to be my Aiden in the bed, and he's going to help me in this situation. And I'm just going to get him to stick things, tack things on for me. It's going underneath there maybe, and we'll do it together. And we'll put a dash in it. So basically what I'm thinking is the top of the doors is going to be a part of the dash. So like on 50s cars, on Elvis, the dash comes around, has a little piece on the side part here, and then it runs back on the door. We're going to do the exact same thing on this, but just a little different. And what I'm going to do is make the dash, the top of the dash, we'll go along as we're doing it. We'll see what goes on. But we'll bring the dash out a little bit. You can do anything you want to. We can make the dash go around like half moon. We can bend it half moon. We can make it go straight across. We can do whatever we want, but this car has got nothing. And basically what I want to do is I want to get something framed up so I can get the steering going up through and hook it to some square stock so I can steer it around. Soon time to go take it out and sandblast it. I'd rather be able to steer it than grab a wheel and try to turn it, muscle it and all that sort of stuff. It's bad enough that we do that. Come up here and take, Aiden, you can just buzz this on here for me. We'll snap her on, see what happens. And if we have to cut anything off, so be it. We have to cut it off. I'm liking the height of that right there because it looks like it's pretty well level with the top of the door. We don't want this leaning in because if it gets leaning in, water comes off, rolls in. Not that it's going to be driven in the water, it's just something that you think of when you're making something. Basically is all I'm trying to say. Let's weld that on there, Aiden. Just tack it on right there, bye.
Right in the corner.
Let me just see, I want to see where I'm tacking it so I can do the same on the other side. Go for it, just tack it. Tack it where I can cut it off easiest, right there, just like a tack there.
Okay, okay.
Yep, come back here and we'll just tack it in here. This is not, right here on this end, it's not where I want it because we're down a little bit, but what I will say is I can cut it off and bring it up after, but I want to put it in place. We're not going underneath that because everything's going to lay down like that. We don't want that. We don't want that. I could cut that, but we're going to end up cutting this off here anyways to put a piece of square stock in there so we can just tack it. Just a little one, Aiden. Just a little one. Come from this way. Come from my way. And just weld on the square stock first.
Square stock first.
Nope. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Alrighty, got our first piece in. We're going from there to there. Let's do another one. I'm going to maybe cut a couple pieces off. So we're going to do one side at a time. Did you show them the window opening, sweetheart? We got the window opening licked. Well, not licked, but we've got the rounded part here on this side. How I ground that out when I welded that, I did it with this. I welded it and then I ground it with this to clean the weld out of there. Die grinder. And I just used the flapper wheel in the front. I had everything sunk down right so I could grind it off nice. I didn't grind any metal that I didn't need off. So it really makes that post on there really nice and tight and right. Aiden's coming over. I've got another piece here. I'm going to mark this and cut this off. And the reason being is we're going to want some of it, or it's too long to start with. Just going to cut it off there. I'm just going to be with you in a second here, and I got to cut this off.
No worries, no worries.
So if you can picture it, do that, baby. You're going to do a little circle. Jolene looks amazing this morning. She had her little Daisy Dukes on, a little white shirt. I can see your belly button. we have if you can tell, if you cap this in, we go along here and then we run the dash across. We're going to have a piece of the dash is going to look like it runs all, well, it is going to run. It's going to run all the way across the front, right over and continuing onto the doors. It's going to be, I think, cool, but we will see when we're done. We'll do that. Jolene's going to love you, Aiden, for doing that. Jolene got the 3-pronger out there. I need my glasses. They're in the truck. It's Mike Stoddard, isn't it? Mike Stoddard that bought me them glasses. They're still in the truck. I got to get them damn boys, bad boys. Get them out. All right, let's do this. I think we're in the same spot. I'm going to take a look before I tack it on there just to make sure. All I'm doing is making sure I'm in the exact same spot. Bear with me, Aiden. Bear with me.
No worries.
Sometimes. I'll fix that dent later. All right, Aiden, right there, bye. Right where the gap is.
Gotcha.
So I can cut it off with the grinder after.
Yeah. And one
I
more.
got him to weld it in the hardest place. Well, just that there's a gap there, and I can zip it off with the grinder a lot easier than if it's tight up in there, eh?
Yeah, not
Go,
gonna cut
you want to get behind me, or you want to get that one?
Yeah. Right there.
You go for it. You got her, Pontiac.
Good stuff.
That don't feel bad. I don't know if I want to be up there a little bit more on that one or not. Bum, 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 bum. I suppose it's not going to tell me. Don't even know if the car's not level, but. I got to check that out on the other side again. Thinking that has to come up a little bit. Yes, I got to cut that off and bring that up a little bit. We're gonna see how easy this cuts off. Absolutely perfect. You put it on the perfect spot. Just tack it back on, Eden.
Same spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the same spot, but tack it back on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can just weld them back together.
Yeah.
Now we're cooking with gas. Yeah, cooking with gas now. Just basically trying to get this flat level with this part on here. That's all I'm looking for. And I'm going to turn you off.
Yeah.
I know I'm running back and forth here, but we're doing something. I'll go back here again. I don't know why I can't pick up on what's going on. I guess that's the true meaning of you can't see both sides at the same time. Is it not?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm having a problem with. I can't see both sides at the same time. Ah. It probably could have come up just a hair more, but no, it's good. I'm going to go with that. So if you can picture it, we have the top of the door. The metal's going to go over the top of the door. We're going to have to put pieces in to make it. All right. I'm going to put a piece across. So we got two pieces running from the backs of the doors up like this. It kind of narrows the car up a little bit, but it'll also give it some, I don't know what to give it. It make the top of the doors look even wider than they are now, which makes common sense because we just widened them. And you really have to bear with me because I really don't know what's going on because we're doing it in front of your very eyes. Like just kind of doing it. Had a little bit of an idea, but how far back do I want the dash? You know, do I want the dash back that far? Do I want to? I can do many things. I can make it go round if I want to. Like this way, I can round this piece and make it round like this when I fill this in. Or I can make it a V and V it so it's a V there and a V in the front there. I can do that. I can do many things. I'm thinking that, what am I thinking? What do you think, Aiden? What do you like for an idea? Would you like the dash to be straight? Or would you like it to be V'd? Or would you like it to be round? Or what do you think?
thinking straight, just because it kind of goes with the roof being kind of...
Straight. Straight, he says. Straight it is. All right, I'm going to, how far do you want the dash back that far? Would that look cool, or? Or would you like the dash in there like that? And this is just the dash top. This is not where the instrument panel is going to be. We're going to have to cover this in here. We'll lay a piece of metal across the top and weld it across the square stock all the way to the front of the window post here, or window channel. And then we're going to make a piece that goes underneath to weld the dash to. I'm thinking that we'll go right at the start of the door. I'm going to cut it right here. I'm going to cut it off. And we'll weld it in. And the reason, again, I said because we're making the dash, because I want to put the steering column in it, and that's something that you connect the steering column to. If I drill a hole through there, then I can bolt something to the square stock, and then we can put a steering wheel in it.
It's all together.
So basically, I'm going to pluck it on. Yep, turn your welder on. Baby, just give me a grab my bum. Didn't you, baby? Huh? How am I supposed to do a video when you're doing that sort of stuff? All right, let's tack it on there. Aiden, you want to hold it, what can I say? Hold it, can you hold it flush with your own hand instead of me just hold your hand underneath the square stock so it's flush?
Yeah.
All right, weld her on there, give her tack on. Not too high, not too low, right on the money. Testing the skills. Gonna hold? Is it flush?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, it's gonna stay. You want to put another tap weld on it?
Yeah.
Yep, tack the corner. Don't tack it on top where you already tacked it. You know what'll happen? It'll fall.
Hold on.
All right, cool. All right, now what's going to happen is, sort of need a tape measure, sort of, because I can't tell if I'm in the right spot or not. You turn that bad boy off. Yes. Joey's going to pass me a tape measure. You're going to come this side for an Aiden for a second, or how about you measure that side?
Yeah.
You make it crooked if you like. Take a measure from here to the square stock. So pay attention how you're doing it. You're right on the very corner of you're running along with the square stock, and you're doing the exact same thing. You're going to do the exact same thing on this side. Make it the exact same measurement.
3.5.
3.5?
Yeah.
3.5. Come on over. Come on over, man. That dash is out far enough. We might want to come out from that. Try to give me 3.5 there. Get my hands out of the way.
3.5. Needs to come. The outside's 3.5. So there.
We're here.
Yeah.
That there's 3.5.
That's 3.5.
I'm not liking how far that's in there. I like to bring it out some more. I'm gonna twist this off. Look at that. You did a good job welding that, buddy. Perfect. You got it off without even touching it. I'm going to mark it before you put it on there. See this? I got this edge of this door, I got this corner of this door right here. What I'm thinking is, in order to get this little piece in here, right, to get that piece square stock, we're going to have to square stock this from in here to there.
Straight across, yeah.
Well, we're going to have the opening of the door. So we'll square stock that in there, across there to there. So what I'm thinking is we can start our dash about here somewhere. Let's try that mark. And then I can mark it and do both sides at the same time.
Gotcha.
We're going to do 4-inch. Hard place to measure, but we're going to add 1 inch. There's our dysfunctional family of crows. I'll put a 4 on this side. And the reason I chose the 4, like I said, is because we have, if you want to come take a look, sweetheart, the reason I chose 4 is because we're going to put a piece of square stock from the door to this square stock, and then we'll have to cut that off. And we'll have to cut that off. So this can be a part of the door. So when this shuts, it goes part of the dash. So actually, maybe what should happen is we should put the little pieces in first and then put the dash in. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to put these little tiny pieces in here. This is all good right here. We're just going to tack them in. We're going to put a piece from there, from this corner, over to there, and then I'll know how far I can put the dash over. Then I'll know. I've got a little piece right here. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick this in here like this. I'm going to cut it. Take my tooth out. Just going to stick it on an angle, stick it in there. Why am I so off? It's got to go that way. Cut a little bit more. Guessing full time. Yo! It's hot. Can't get in there with that. Yow. I'm going to put on a pair of gloves. No, I don't want them big things. I got them little white ones. Little smaller ones they are. You see them bad boys around?
Saw them somewhere.
Yeah, me too. Them's the bad boys, baby. Man, you got the eyes. She got the camera, boy. She got the camera. She knows what's going on. I'll hold it with them. Maybe I should cut 2 pieces right now. I think I'll mark another one. That way there we'll have to do the exact same thing I did this side. Just go over and put it in. That sound good? Joanne did a So that means it sounds like it might be the right thing to do. It might be the right thing to do. Come on now, Chad. Come on now. All right, Aiden. Let's turn your bad boy on. So this square stock is staying with the top of the door. So the top of the door is going to be wider now. Yeah. Basically, we want gap. All right, Aiden. I didn't grind any of that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open the door. I'm going to grind a little bit of that weld off the top of the door. And the reason being is I don't think I want it there when it comes time to weld the piece on. We'll probably grind that off. Just give me a truer read when I put this piece in, that's all. And I'm going to get you to weld that on there like that, Aiden. I want you to tack it right on wherever you can. Just tack it on nice. Good. Now, has it got the same gap? We got the same gap going on. Good. Let's just tack it on the square stock there. Cool, not going anywheres. So we're not opening the doors now because we've got it locked shut. Let's cut another piece for the other side. Hoping that I got it somewhat right. And where I cut that, you can see it's not fitting exactly perfect, but it's a nice, to me, it's a nice cut to weld it up nice, you know. You can really weld it up nice with a little bit of gap going on. I keep saying that, it's called penetration. No, not the right way. All right, Aiden. Come on over, buddy. We're not really the same distance, but we are. Can you weld that on? Right
In the corner.
Yeah, you may as well try to weld it on there best you can. I didn't grind this door off either. Should grind this door off. This one's a little, I got that one a little shy. I might get a little bit bigger, I think. I think I will. I'm going to take and grind that off. Getting ahead of myself a little bit. I got this one. Didn't cut it off nice and straight either, I didn't. I'm going to cut a little bit longer. Good job, Aiden.
Even on it.
I also want to take and knock off the top of that door. Just going to reach. He slams the door like no tomorrow. Alrighty. Now, let's weld that right there, Aiden, please. Thank you. No. Let me get that welder set on. She's bopping on you.
CN6.
All right. All right, that's good.
Not
Come, let's weld this. Weld that to that. I want to hold that up though.
Yeah, on a level.
Yeah. Just a second. I want to check that out again. We got quite a big gap going on there. If you know what I'm trying to say. All right. Let's weld that. Yeah, I don't know where you can see it best at, but we'll try to. Maybe if you come this way. I think I got that weld on there, right? Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, all good, all good.
Come up. Can you go this way and weld that together?
Yeah.
Look, probably a better spot. I'm probably in your way. No, I'd put it right in there.
Ah, okay, in the side. Okay.
Right there. Yeah. Make it easy on yourself. Perfect. Alrighty. Now we've got. This is what we've got. We've got. This is so. If we laid if you can picture it, if we laid a piece of metal on here, we got a piece of square stock there. So we laid a piece of metal. So now it's got a piece of square stock there. Have finished edge on this side.
Yeah.
And we weld a piece of metal on top of this. On this corner, we have a piece of finished metal on this side. And if we come up on here, we're not there yet because we haven't decided what we're doing down here yet. Because this is down too low. This has got to come up some, but we didn't cut it off the length, and we didn't do what we had to do there yet because we're dealing with the dash. So now we're going to deal with the dash. I put that piece. Where did I put that piece? Is this the piece? Hope I didn't cut it in little pieces. No. So at that 4-inch mark, that's a good mark. When that is being cut, see how. So when I cut this piece, I'm probably going to cut it on an angle. Do you know what I mean? To finish that angle that we got going on.
Okay, yeah.
You know.
With it.
Yeah. So we've got an angle there. We've put this little tiny piece in. We've got an angle, and it's probably going to continue on straight. The angle is. So it's just going to be cut like that. So that's where we'll start the dash. We'll start the dash. You see, come here. Look, take a look. See how this is angling back?
Yeah.
We're just going to continue on with that angle. We'll weld this to this, but we'll weld our dash in front of it.
Okay.
So when they come together, they'll fit perfectly.
It'll go all the way across.
Yeah, it'll go all the way across.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm trying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it'll go.
You know what I'm saying. So I'm just going to continue this angle. There's going to be a little bit of an angle there, and that's where we're going to put the dash. And it does it the same on both sides. It's awesome. That's awesome. There's a line. Why don't you tack that right there, Aiden? Is it flush?
Yeah.
Like the bar flush?
Yep.
Tack it on. Just a second.
Easy.
I'm just thinking. Can't go up there. Tack it on the back side. Yeah, I think I'd rather do that. And the reason being is we tack it on the back side, then it'll make the dash look like more of an angle. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm trying to say? So that means that I'd be cutting this piece here. I would be continuing on with that line. Just have to make my mind up here. No, let's weld right there. I'm happy with that.
Okay.
Is that flush?
Yeah.
Weld it.
On top?
Yeah, wherever you'd like.
Okay. We'll do that.
Come over this side. weld in that corner.
That's it.
Second, just a second. Yep. All right, just going to look at it for a second. So what's going to happen is, when I get in there, I'm going to get inside. How am I going to get inside? I'm not going to get inside. I'm going to have to cut it from over here. I suppose Aiden will be able to fit through there. I wouldn't be able to, but
Go from the trunk.
going from the trunk. I just forgot that we got that way. Exactly. You can go from the trunk. Exactly. So as I'm looking at this right here, now I can cut this off at an angle. This piece is going to be part of the dash. This angle here and this angle here, when the door shuts, are going to come together. So there's going to be like an angle going on there. We're going to have to. That door's fitting nice. Good. Good. Everything's going good. So now what's going to happen is the top of the dash, the metal. Good. Take a piece of cardboard. Just want to take a piece of cardboard for a second. I find it hard to explain what I'm doing when I don't really know myself. You know what I'm trying to tell you. I don't know how it's going, just kind of doing it on the fly here. As we got this going in here, now see, we got a piece of metal that we got to put on top of this. And it goes into there. So there's going to have to be a piece of metal. We've got enough metal to weld our top piece, our dash, to here, but down here we're going to have to add a piece of metal to weld it, to get it something to weld to up front, and that's fine. And then we're taking cut that off across here and we'll weld across the square stock. That's good. Aiden, I'll get you to, what I'm going to get you to do is knock that, really weld that on.
Yeah, on the front.
Really weld that one on over there.
Yeah.
I wonder if no, the window lip's coming up here. We're fine with that. The window lip's fine. I want to weld that on after we do the dash. So weld this one on here, weld that one on over there, and then I'll make a decision which one you're welding next. Go for it. Turn her on. We'll just let him weld that on. I want you to zonk it on as one weld.
One continuous one. All right.
Just one weld would be nice, because we're not cutting it off. Weld this on, like this one on here, just on the top. Just
Yeah,
weld all the way along the square stock so it's not coming off.
Nope, see, there's
Weld it
the-
so it's not coming off. Not coming off?
No.
Not coming off.
Nope.
All right. Good. That's good enough. Weld it to the other side. I'll move the welder for you.
Okay, okay.
I think I will.
Gently go.
And you can spot it like if you want to. Like you don't have to do one weld. Like you can go ahead. You're fine. You're doing a good job. Go right to the corner. Cool. Do this one. Spot, 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 spot. Like do one spot and then do another and do right across top of that.
Okay.
Start from the very beginning
Very important.
and just go in as far as you can get it without, you know, with getting your welder in there.
Gotcha.
As long as it stays.
As long as it stays on.
Yeah. Good. You're gonna make you feel okay. Now we'll do You might as well, I want you to weld this up.
That side, okay.
Yeah, because that's the easiest side to weld, is it not?
Yeah, I can get in there.
Yeah, weld that. So basically what I'm doing, we're just tying it together right now. We're just tying wherever it's easiest to weld it.
Cool.
Happy?
I think so.
Good enough?
Cool.
It's going to hold it. It's not going anywhere. All right, come to the other side.
Right.
I'm going to do the exact same thing.
Exact same.
Exact same.
Okay.
You're going to top the door and that piece. Yeah, you can do that piece there and then the top of the door.
Okay.
And however it works the best for you. Spotting it or just welding it. Whatever works the best.
Okay.
Top the door.
And do the top of it too. I do it above there too?
Right there. Just on the top of this right here.
Oh, okay, yeah, tack it.
Spot that.
Spot.
And get the best you can. We just want that to stay still, that's all, right?
Yeah. Do one more. Okay.
Alrighty. Take and weld. Maybe weld the top of this. Weld this
Yeah.
and the top.
And the top there and there.
Yeah. You can do it either way you want to. Spot it. You can just, or you can weld them. Just continuous weld. Don't matter.
Okay. All right.
Good.
And the top.
We'll hold off on the tap.
Okay.
Just come over and snap this. Weld this side.
The same thing.
And the reason I'm holding off on the top is because we can get in there and do a better job at it than, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you can get in there. There we are.
I'm thinking everything's going to stay where it's at. That's what I want it to anyways.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to get inside, make the incision. Let's tack this piece here to this post. I'm going to knock a little paint off there on that post for you.
All right.
And then we'll tack that, and then it can't move the dash. Tack that where I knock the paint off. Give her just a good tack. Yeah, come on the other side, give it a good tack. I don't think you should even have to move the welder.
No, don't think so.
Probably should not have to, but you might have to. Yeah.
That'll do.
It's probably the worst part of doing something is
Moving all
making
the
sure
tools.
the welders can be moved. I'm going to get inside. It's either the wire speed's too fast or you're too far away.
Too far away.
Okay.
She's on there.
All right. All right, Aiden, you're going to pass me the zip cut and we'll turn the welder off.
Right, you.
So now what we have is we have the dashes here. Metal is going to go into here. It's going to cover the top. And then we're going to run a piece of square stock. Actually, I can run that in any time, I guess. What am I thinking? You still have to cut that off to length. We have to, this will not be able to go in straight. See how we get it tacked on? There's a straight line there. It cannot come in straight because if we leave it on straight, when you open the door and swing it open, this piece of square stock here will hit that. So we're going to have to bring it up on an angle and continue this back and make an angle go on there, I guess. I'm just kind of wondering. Yep, I'm going to cut it. What the heck? I'm going to cut it. Now, as you see how I cut that, that's how I did the door. I made a piece and went all the way across, and then I cut it. To try to make it, and try to make it fit, you know what I mean? To try to put this piece in there, like to make the door section, and then make the dash section.
Try and get it all to fit together.
Yeah, it's sort of too hard, so I like to tack it all together and then cut it apart. I can always cap in the ends. Got it? Yeah, I think I got that. So when the door opens, all it's going to become is this square stock and this square stock here. When the door opens, this is going to be the dash. So the dash is going to carry in. We might even have to put a bigger gap in there because it is what it is. Gap a little bit better. We'll cover this with metal, and then this will be the dash. So it'll come together at that point. I'm going to jump out. And we're gonna have to do something with that there, and the reason being is it's gonna have to be dealt with, and that way there we can open the doors and we can make the bottom piece. As I got this in here like this, we know we'll have to weld it all up and do it right. We're gonna cap it like this with a piece of sheet metal. Then we're gonna come down further, so this will be the dash, and then the instrument panel will be back here. So we're gonna go back here somewhere and run a panel across. From here, from the cowl from this side to that side, and there will be a flat piece of metal come down here where the gauges can be. So dash pad, gauges. Top of the door, top of the door, top of the morning to you. Alrighty, I'm going to get Aiden to open the trunk. We're going to make a piece for the back of the door, and then we'll get it snipped open. And we'll open the door up, and we will have the framework for our dash and our top of our doors. So much work involved in building up an old car that's more or less derelict, and that's basically what it was, a derelict Jaguar. And what I mean by derelict is it should have been left out in the field somewhere. Basically. And now I'm going to put a piece in here. Was I turned off, sweetheart? Nope. This top of this door, when you go to open it, if I put a piece in straight and then cut it off, if I put a piece in straight like that, the door will not open. It will not open. If I put a dirty gap in it like that, I probably get it open, but what I'm going to do is keep the angle going, and I'm going to have to repair this down in here. I don't know what I mean by repair, but I'm going to have to, what? Yeah, I'm going to have to repair it, I guess, to make it work. Alright, this is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna cut this off a little bit better. Got the zip cut right there. Aiden pointing to it. It's fine, Aiden, you're allowed to say. There it is right there. My marker. Where did I put that? Did I leave it inside? See it, Aiden?
No.
Me neither.
Got it.
All right, get another one. Just like that. We'll get the doors open. So we're going to do this. I can't do this. I already know that I can't do that. Make it go straight. I wished I could. Then I could have it put it in there, make a nice little gap, and do that. But when the door swings open, this piece this piece back here will hit this. So I'm going to put it on a little bit of an angle. And try it. So all I can do is try it. Cut this off. Going to have to snip that off because we want to get it up level. It's not level right now. We're going to have to cut that off. We want to bring this up. I want to knock some of the side of this off. I'm going to get this flapper wheel. I'm going to make 2 of them. There's my mark there I made. Alright, you start your welder up. Please and thank you. I'm going to grind the top of that off, just so we know where we're supposed to be. I'm just going to grind the top of the weld off. Hard to hold. I'm going to get you on the other side, Aiden. Good. Just tack it. Good. Want to go. Now we want this at the level of the door. Let's tack that. See, just tack it anywhere along there. Yep. Now, this top of the door. We've got a gap going on there. So we're folding along like this, and we're going that way. It does the shape here and does that funny shape, so we're allowed to go around like this and go like this. All I care is that the door opens. Do you want to give me another tack, Aiden, just so it don't fall off when I cut it? Just give me one there and one in that corner, one in each corner. Just so, nope. Yeah, I want those two together.
Gotcha.
All right, I'm going to cut that access off, and we're going to see if the door opens. It's quite a gap, I know, but we can still bring it out further if we want to, but this is the test right here. So this would be the top of the door. The door will go over like this, match up with this. This is going to have a piece that comes down to this now. It comes down like this. It's going to have to, we'll have to make a piece come in here and fill that in. Leave a gap about like that. That's no problem, piece of sheet metal. But basically what has to happen is, it has to miss. We missed by a lot. That's, just wondering if I could have made it smaller. Could have made the gap smaller. A lot smaller. I still can add to it. I can put a piece on the end of it and cap it and bring it out this way. So basically you can see what's going on, how the door is going to open. This is going to be the top of the door, piece of sheet metal, square stock here to finish it off. Now we'll have a nice place here to put something. We can put a window in and be able to close the door because the window's got a funny shape, obviously. You can see how we're going to weld all this to the post of the car. This is going to be welded to the post of the car, the dash. We'll finish that all off. Sheet metal is going to go on top of this. I might take that in a little bit further because we have enough room just to make it a little wider. I just don't want something sticking out here too far. But now, as we have the top of the door, so the top of the door is going to come out and then down. We can put 2 pegs in there to hold the window. If we, made a frame for a window, if we do that, you can see now that the dash is right here. How we would weld all this together, fill that in, cut that back more, whatever we have to do. We're going to have to do the exact same thing on this. Everything is going to have to be finished. We're just kind of sticking it together right now. And now we're going to take a piece of square stock right there, is there, or do we use it all up? No, any longer stuff?
Longer?
I'll take that long piece, yeah. On guard. Now we're going to take this piece. That's the top of the dash. Now we're going to run a piece from over here over there. So we're going to figure out where we're going to go. So this will be the top of the dash, and then we'll have a face down here where the gauges can go. So we're going to figure out where we're going to go along here to run across. If you got the tape measure right there, Aiden? What's that? Cool.
Oh, yeah.
I guessed on the back because I didn't know about the back, but we can always cut another piece and overlap it on this and close that end off. No big deal. But basically, we're just trying to get the shape. Now, see how we've got that fits right on the face of that? It's not bad. Not bad. We could weld that right on the face of that. 50 and a half. And then you can weld right on the face of that, be nice and right. Then we cut that off. That'll give you enough room for your gauges right along there. We can come down a little bit further. Give a little bit more room for the gauges. when the steering wheel comes up through. Then we have a piece of square stock welded from this piece to over there to up there, and then we can bolt that where the steering column comes in. Down here, seems like a bit much. $50.50. I'm gonna go for it. $50.50. User up. I'm going to need a hammer to bang. Nope, I got this thing right here to flatten it out, or to straighten it out. Kinda. Hoping that's not hitting that. Nice legs, Jolene. All right. Alrighty. How far do I want to go down? And this thing here pretty well tells me if I got it going, you know, nice across or not, right? Don't you find? Like this piece here, I can tell, you know, if I got it going straight across or not. And that gives me enough metal to put gauges in, right? I need enough metal to put gauges in. That gives me more metal to put gauges in. No metal there. What I'm going to do is just bend this out a little bit. You want to open the door on the other side, Aiden, for me, old buddy? Old buddy? Yep. Nope, can't open. We haven't got a cut open yet.
We haven't got that piece in.
Duh. Alrighty. We got lots of room to mess with that. I want to change the piece on this side, so we'll change it on that side. How long are we? 103. Well, let's get the other door open. What do you think? Alrighty, let's change this piece. I'm going to make this piece right now, but I'm going to change it a little bit. See if it works or not. Take my pen. Just change it just a little bit. We're going to go to the end. I'm going to bring it in a little bit. I'm going to cut that there. No, I have a chance to cut that different. If you know what I'm saying. Instead of cutting that one short on that side, I cut that one short there. What's going on right now, I want to make a piece to fit the other side, to cut this one off, and I had the exact same piece cut right here for that one. No, I'm going to leave that alone, put that piece in, the exact same as the other side, and I'll add a piece of metal to the back side of this to close that off, to close that gap up a little bit. That makes more sense to me. It's a hot one here in Nova Scotia today. It's a hot one. But we'll have some metal fabrication now. We'll weld all of the seams up. We'll grind them to make them look nice. And then we will start making paper patterns to close them all off. So we'll be laying a straight edge on there, and then we'll make a paper pattern, and then we'll close that all in. And I can see us having it done today, can't you, Aiden?
I would say so.
We'll see, won't we? We'll see. I'm gonna take this off. This is where's the piece I cut? Pants are falling off. That's okay. Cut this off. There goes our crayfish. We're going to stay on air. Hope I didn't pull it. Did I break that damn thing? That darn thing? Oh, didn't break him.
Nope, he's good.
He good. Don't know why I need that. All right. That zip wheel's so big I can hardly get in the window. Alrighty, I'm just going to go over and take a look at the other side. See how far I cut that off. Because I can't. Going to the other side for a second. I'm going to try to do the same. Inch and an eighth. Close enough for now. And everything will be tightened up after. Just got to get the shape going. That was iffy. You're going to come weld this on for me, Aiden? Yeah, I got a little bit of grinding I should do on. We're going to knock it on anyways. All right, you want to knock this one on?
Yeah.
See if you can take your knock it, yeah.
I go for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Ready?
Knock it on right there. Wait a second.
Oh.
That's all right.
Don't worry, good. Missed her anyway.
Go for it.
Going.
All right. Top of the door. All right. I'm going to move out of your way over here.
Alright.
I'm going to bend that up a little bit if I can. Yeah, you weld her on good, bye. You weld her on good. You can always bend her back down a little bit. Let's tack it.
Cool.
Yep. It's good. It's cut there. Now our door should open. Just like the other side. All right. Well, what we'll do is we're gonna weld the edge of this door up where it's got too like that, but that much gap, There's quite a bit of gap there going on, but what's going to happen is I'm going to fix the gap after we weld it all up. I can put a piece of plate in there. We can weld a piece of plate in there to make it strong, cap that end off that's open, and we'll just keep making the gap as tight as possible so we don't have to add so much on this piece right here is what I'm desiring. This piece here kind of went up a little bit. That's fine. And everything's going to take a little tweaking. So we got top of the door. So that's going to be the top of the door going way in like that. Put your window in if you need be. Don't think we're going to be going there, but there's that piece. We've got the top of the dash laid in there. This is the top of the dash. And now we're going to lay the piece going across. Let's do it. I'm going to open this door up. That's what we put that piece in for. Now, I want to put this piece in. We'll turn your welder back on. Or Jolene will turn the welder back on. I'm going to eye this up across here. And the reason being, why am I going to eye it up, Aiden? Because I can. That's the only reason. Because I can. I'm allowed. And you're allowed too. Right? And I'll tell you something. The only thing that matters, I guess the only thing that matters when you're making something is that it looks good to you. Right? Looks good to me. All right. Let's I want you to come in on. What I'm going to get you to do. I'm going to get you to come in up top here and weld it on. I'm going to have to put a little piece on the end of that, just because I think that I'm going to. What I'm doing here. I'm not measuring anything. I got this piece of the car right here that I'm saying that they probably put in the same.
Yeah.
And even. So basically, I'm just going with what they have done, and I'm going to do what I'm going to do to make it go in there even, I guess. Just weld that on top of there. So maybe
one in there.
See what happens.
Right there. Okay.
Go for it.
All right.
Here, you can weld the other way if you want to. Like, you can try to weld this in if you want. Try to weld that if you can.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, you do whatever you think you're best at. All I want to do is stay there.
That's it.
If it didn't stick, do it again.
A little bit more. Okay.
All right, you go to the other side. And all I'm doing is eyeing it up across. What I got going on here, I'm not measured anything yet. Not even close. It looks like it's straight going across that piece. Looks beautiful. Not as beautiful as you, Jolene, but beautiful. You know how to open the door. Don't break the tops off.
Nope. Nice and easy.
Yep, get that.
There you
And
go.
I got this across here looking straight. Yep, hold her on if you will.
Okay.
Think you got her?
So a little bit more.
Yep.
She's on there.
Alrighty. Now I'm going to jump out on your side, and we'll just come in and take a look. Ah. So, we're going to have to make a little piece. Come take a look, sweetheart. Like all this stuff that looks like this, that's opened up, is going to have to be dealt with. I'm going to tighten this up a little bit, so I might add a little something on the face of that and bring it out a little bit, close that all off. It's all going to have to be welded, closed off, ground, made look nice. Exact same thing here. It's all going to have to be ground off, capped, whatever. Like this is going to have to be cut back some to make gap, because we just got a zip cut in there now. We'll probably end up cutting this back, capping this, welding it all the way, grinding it all off, putting a piece of metal on the top of it. That's just a piece of paper. Cap it off. Down here, we'll probably weld a little piece of metal on this thing here and bring it out, cap it off. But now our metal is going up straight from here. It's going up straight. That's where the gauges are going to be. This metal here is going to be coming over and making the shelf of the dash. Gauges are going to be down here, so you'll be able to see that metal up this way. Metal's going like this. And this is going to be capped off like this. Pretty basic, I guess. So just like that, we've made the dash, the top of the door, the dash, the top of the dash, and the top of the doors is framed up. Now we have to go back and refine it all. Just like I was doing the window. Like as we did the window yesterday, we put a little tiny piece around this way and a piece in the corner to finish that off. And that's basically what happened on the other side too. So we're going to come in here, we're going to weld this all to the post, weld that all along there, weld that all along there, make everything right, try to get the right gaps, grind it, finish it, and then we have the top of the doors and the dash made. That's what I'm going for. Once we get that done, then we can run a steering hole through, and we can hook a steering column up to the square stock inside here somewhere, bolt it to it. We'll reinforce it. There's a couple braces that were coming down that this square stock went against, so we can weld it to that. It's probably what it was for originally, and we can connect our steering wheel to it, and then go from there. So right now we're going to go around, weld all of the pieces where the square stock is meeting everything. We'll weld it all up. We'll grind it off, and then we'll cut it and finish it out. All right, everybody, there's the dash and the top of the doors. That's what I'm thinking on going with, or that's what we probably are going to go with. And the reason being is if I muss and fuss and continue on and keep doing things that I'm not sure whether it's right or it's wrong, I can take forever if I want to, but that's not where we want to go. We want to make a nice little dash in the top of the doors. Like I said, the windows can be made of frame and have two holes here. There are two places you can stick it in if you want to. I really like that small window on the side. I'm going to sit in it, and you can actually see, you know, I'll put it to you this way. If I can see you out the window, you can see me. Basically, you know what I'm trying to tell you. You know what I'm trying to tell you. So I am sitting on the floor. So I've got probably an inch or two of cushion probably underneath my bum, but I like this Oscar the Grouch look. You know, open up the garbage can. Remember Oscar the Grouch?
Oh, yeah.
Sesame Street?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's basically, I'm going to have to lift it up to see out the window, so I'm going to have to get that seat underneath my butt. I like the dash part. This is going to be nice. It's actually going to be something totally different that no one else has. I've thought there's other ideas that could have been done to the car, but every time I think about it, I don't want somebody else's car, and the price is right. We're way down on the price. The price is our time, and the price of the car when we start with, and it was dear licks, so we're doing good. We're nowhere near panicking about the money situation on the build. Nowhere near it. Have a good one, everybody.